राधा कृष्ण को गोपला शाम खंड राधा कुंड की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवदीप धाम की जय, गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, द्वारका धाम की जय, स्वामी भक्तवृंद की जय। All glory to the all glory to the Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to the Krishna Prabhupada, all glories to Gurudev, all glories to the assembled Vaishnava devotees, and all glories to our revered speaker, His Grace, Ishvara Prabhu. Dear devotees, we thank you for being here, and Ishvara Prabhu, we thank you for being here. Without further ado, we may put the verse on the screen. Today is a very special day because Prabhuji will be speaking to us, of course, from the Srimad Bhagavatam and also pastimes of glorious Kartik. We all know we are in the month of Kartik. We always talk about Kartik. How much do we know about Kartik? Some of us really do not know much. So Prabhuji is going to be sharing some wonderful facts and LILAs about what Kartik is all about. So we encourage the devotees to pay attention, and hopefully by the end of this class, we're all going to cherish and relish Kartik and Srimad Bhagavatam. Of course, so Prabhuji, we're going to put the verse on the screen and then you take it over from there. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, devotees always coming very, very late. Yeah. So let's so I guess I will start chanting the prayers and then, because today's Diwali, you're hearing the boom, boom, boom. This is a huge festival in India. Diwali is it's like a new year. It's a new year celebration. It's a lot of explosions is going on. A lot of fireworks is going on. Gurave Gurachandraya, Radhika Tadalaye, Krishna Ya Krishna Bhaktaya, Tad Bhaktayo Namo Namahan. Narayana Namaskritya Narayachava Narotaman. Devam Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraya. Nastapaye Sabhadre Sonitam Bhagavate Sevaya. Bhagavati Tamas Loke Bhakti Bhavati Naistake. Vede Ramani Chaiva Purani Bharati Tata Hadu Adyan Chamadi Hari Savata Giyate. Mukam Karati Bhachala Prangulan Garati Grihi. Yakripataham Vande Sri Guru Dinatarine Paramananda Madhava. Damo Prajitu Katabutra Paramo Ni Masram Satan Vedam Vastavam Matavastu Shivadan Trapatayo Mulanan. Shima Bhagavati Mahamani Kritanki Vai Para Ishvara Sadyuridi Abarudratri Tra Kitibitita Krishnam Nigama Kapata Lugalitam Phalam Sukamo Kantavasan Vitam Pibatam Bhagavatam Rasamalaya Mahura Urasika Bhavibhavakan Atoyam Brahmasutranam Bharatata Vinaya Gayati Basharupusa Vidata Paribhimita Sarviditya Sanam Saram Saram Paribhimita Sarvidantam Sarahim Shibhavatamishati Tarasamita Shati Tashanayatya Sharati Koche Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devakinandanayacha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chandramadana. Devaki Paramananda Krishna Vande Jagaguru. Namo Mahabhadanya Krishna Pimapadayate Krishna Ya Krishna Chaitanya Mane Guru Tishri Namaha. Vanchakapatrabhyascha Kripasinibheva Cha Patitanam Pavanam Divya Vaishnavi Vedabodha. Namamo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nivise Sunyavadi Pashasta Disatarine. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I thank everyone who is online, and yeah, those who are online, and also those who are on the YouTube. Let me just put it on Facebook also. Just put it on 1 second. So today is a very, very special day because it's the day it's a special day because it's the day of it's Diwali Day, and Diwali it has a lot of significance. Diwali means Deepawali. Deepa means light, lamp. So the lamp of, so it's the day when Lord Ramachandra returned to Ayodhya. So when he returned to Ayodhya, the Lord was coming on Pushpaka airplane. Pushpaka is like a flower airplane that was coming from Lanka to Ayodhya. So in preparation for the Lord's arrival, Lord Ramachandra's arrival, the whole city was decorated with so many auspicious ornaments, a lot of auspicious ornaments. The whole city was lit up. Big celebration, a lot of singing, dancing all over. So huge celebration, because Lord Ram had been gone for like 14 years because he was in exile for 40 years. So he's not returning back to the city of Ayodhya after the exile of 40 years. And during that time of exile, so many events took place. Many people were benedicted by the Lord. And also at the last year, when the Lord had to confront the demon Ravan, who had kidnapped his wife, Sita Devi. And then, so the Lord went, and then the Ravan was killed. And then in a triumphantly, the Lord returned to Ayodhya. Because of this, so much anticipation was there. So it's a big festival. So today, this Diwali, that celebration is there. And you can see, you can hear, because it's a very big affair, especially here in India, big affair. So all the temples, they're all full of lights. And then people are in a big excitement. So there's a lot of fireworks going on, by which you can be hearing the fireworks. That is going on all over the place. Actually, it's going to go on like this all night long. And today is also a very special day because as we're going to be discussing in the talk, it's the day of Lord Damodara. Krishna as baby, as a small child, Damodara. This is the day that Lord Krishna was born by his mother. It happened on a Diwali day. When Lord Krishna was bound by his mother with the rope to a wooden grinding mortar. So Krishna was bound in the belly by the rope. So that's why it's called Damo Udara. Damo means uh, the being bound by the rope, Damo Udara. So he was bound by the rope of his by the rope. But of course, as we're going to be hearing, it's not an ordinary rope. Because after all, Krishna is God, he's the Supreme Lord. Yeah, playing the role of a human being, who can bind him, who can bind God? His external energy, illusory potency, bind all living entities. Every living entity is bound, is in bondage in this material by the potency, by the energy of the Lord, by its external energy. Every living entity is put in bondage. But the same person who put everyone in bondage by his own external energy, the same person was bound by his mother, because the mother said that, oh, you become naughty. The mother said, oh, you are naughty. So in order to chastise him, she had to bind him. She had to bind him in order to chastise him. A lot of drama was there, of course. Krishna did not just allow himself to be banned. It was not a piece of cake that, but they should have just take the rope and just bind. No, it was, it was a tough thing. But Yashoda, Krishna didn't want to be banned. And Mother Yashoda, she needs to ban Krishna. Even though so much effort was put there, so much effort was put in order to try to bind Krishna. But because of her strong determination to bind a child, even though Krishna being the Supreme Lord, even though the whole universe, so they are coming from his body, coming from his belly. The whole universe coming from his belly. They are situated within his body. But now he allowed himself to be bound by his mother with the rope. So what is this rope? The rope of love, rope of affection. Bhakti Bhadam. So very, very interesting pastime, very, very interesting Lilas. We can spend several days discussing this. We can spend, so which means it's not something that is limited to just maybe 1 hour of discussion here. Normally, whenever we have a talk of Damodara Lila, it normally take over several days of discussion using scriptural references. Yeah. So, but first, because there's also the Bhagavatam verse, which actually is so interesting that this Bhagavatam verse, there's some relation is there. So I'm going to try to put them all together so that it can flow together. I will try to do that. It can flow together. So first, today's Bhagavatam sloka is the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, chapter 4, text, is it in text 9? Is it, text 9, okay, chapter 4, text 9. So this text is describing Maitreya. This text is describing Maitreya Muni. Let me see. First, I read the text. I read the text and chant the sloka, read the purports, and then with there will not be much discussion on this text because I'm going to be focusing mainly on rather than Madara pastimes. Tasmin Maha Bhagavato Dvaipayana Surit Saka Lokan Anucharan Sita Asasada Yadrichaya. Tasmin then Maha Bhagavata, a great devotee of the Lord, Dwapayanan of Krishna, Dwapayanan of Vyas, Surit, a well-wisher, Saka, a friend, Lokam, the three words, Anucharan, traveling, Siddha, Siddhe, in that ashram, Asasada, arrived, Yadrichaya, by his own perfect accord. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace is Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. At that time, after traveling in many parts of the world, Maitreya, a great devotee of the Lord, and a friend and well-wisher of the great sage Krishna Dwapaya Vyas, reached that spot out of his own perfect accord. So that spot means in Dwaka, in Prabhu's Kshetra, where Lord Krishna had retired. Lord Krishna had retired in Prabhu's Kshetra after the annihilation or after the withdrawal of the Yadu dynasty. So Lord Krishna was there standing there, he was alone. Everybody has gone. Now, when the Lord was there alone, the Uddhava came to meet the Lord. So at that same, somehow by chance, at that same spot, Maitreya, who had been wandering, who has been going all over the earth because he was a sage, he's a self-realized sage, he has been wandering. Somehow he came across that spot where Lord Krishna was sitting. He came there. So he said, Asasada Yatrichaya. He arrived there by his own perfect accord. Purport. Maitreya was one of the disciples of Maharishi Parasara, the father of Vyasadeva. Thus, Vyasadeva and Maitreya were friends and mutual well-wishers. By some fortunate accidents, Maitreya reached the place where Lord Sri Krishna was resting. To meet the Lord is not an ordinary incident. Maitreya was a great sage and a learned scholar, philosopher, but not a pure devotee of the Lord. So which means he had not become a devotee at that time. He was what we call a Brahmabhari. He was not a pure devotee of the Lord, and therefore his meeting with the Lord at that time may have been due to Agyata Sukriti or some unknown devotional service. Pure devotees always engage in pure devotional activities, and therefore their meeting with the Lord is natural. But when those who are not up to that standard meet the Lord, it is due to the unforeseen fortune of accidental devotional service. So that's why the word which is used in this verse is Yadrichaya. Yadrichaya, by chance. somehow. Suddenly, as Maitreya was wondering about, suddenly he came across this, he came to that spot where Lord Krishna was there, sitting there underneath a tree. It was a big banyan tree. The Lord was there, and the Lord was ready to leave this planet, Earth, was ready to leave. Because his pastime was done, was all over. So the Lord would just get ready to leave, and then somehow at that time, Maitreya came to that spot. Yadrichaya, somehow by good fortune, by chance. This is very, very important because there is what we call a sukriti. Sukriti means the some kind of pious reaction, good credits that one has, some good pious reaction, sukriti. It's called sukriti. So that's called agyata sukriti. Agyata means what we don't know, or knowing thing, or knowing event, something that we do that we don't even know ourselves. But somehow we get the result of it. We get some result out of something which we did, but we didn't, it was not even in our consciousness. We did not prepare for it. So this is called agyata. Agyata means not knowing. Gyata means to know, and agyata means not knowing. Agyata secreted. So many times we do so many things happen in our life and then we just happen that we came across a particular situation which give us a great fortune. And many of, oh my gosh. So this duality is getting more and more louder now. And by the way, before I get back to his, I did not finish explaining this word, Diwali, the light festival. Another thing duality to explain is that the light of consciousness, like Prabhupada, he had this Back to Godhead magazine, and the motto of Back to Godhead magazine is Godhead is light, nations is darkness. Wherever there is darkness, whenever there is light, there cannot be darkness. That is the motto of the Back to Godhead magazine. So which means that when the light of Christian consciousness come into our hearts, then we can be awakened, we can be given the light of knowledge, which reveal to us who we are. It gives us the knowledge that yes, we are not a product of this material world. We get our knowledge of Christian consciousness that yes, we are meant to be a servant, eternal servant of the Lord. So this is the awakening when there's this shining knowledge unto us. When there's this shining light, light of knowledge, this is the awakening. When the jiva awake, when the jiva wake up through the instructions of the great personality, good spiritual personalities. So that is the awakening. So that is lamp. This is so the significance of Diwali can also means that when there is the awakening of Krishna consciousness. So so talking of Agyata Sukriti, because the Maitreya, he was wandering the forest as a sage, as a Dhira Muni, is a Muni, Dhira. Dhira means someone who has completely become very content. He was a Dhira, a Muni. So it was self-satisfied. It was roaming in the on earth without any. I can't believe this sumptuousness. He was roaming the forest without any concern, no fear, just roaming. So he was roaming about. Somehow it just saw Lord Krishna sitting down there. He saw Lord Krishna sitting down there. Even though there was no prior, he didn't have like a prior qualification. But somehow by chance, he came there. He was not searching for Krishna before. He wasn't searching for God. He was not searching for God, for Krishna. Because normally when one is searching for the Lord, then the Lord comes into our life, like we meet pure devotees and all. But he was not searching, he was just roaming the forest. And then somehow by chance, he came across it. He came across the Lord sitting down there, and Uddhava was there. And the Lord was just about to start speaking transcendental knowledge to Uddhava. So Maitreya, came there. He came there. So which means by is so the word that is used in this sloka is a yadri chayaviji, by chance he came there. So this is the result of some sukriti, the result of some all-knowing activities, all-knowing pious works. This is the result of some all-knowing pious works that caused this. So there are different types of sukriti. Just like many of us, I remember, one day I was walking, I was taking a stroll, I was walking on the street of Lagos, on the Tafawa Balewa Square, I was walking. All of a sudden I find some book. I found some person sitting around. I find a big white man who was sitting around on the ground with the books, and he was surrounded by some people who are curious. So I also became curious. So I went there, and I was saying, I see this big white man, he had a saffron robe. His head was shaving. He was sitting, and he was being surrounded by people. And normally when this was back in the late 70s, whereby there's always so many unusual sights, in Lagos, so many unusual. So I was very curious, and I went there. I saw when I approached this gathering, and I saw some books, some weird books. The first person I saw, I think, was Prabhupada. I saw this picture, the Back to God magazine, very strange. And I saw this, and then I asked this white man, I said, "What is this? This is for what?" And he said, "Just give me a boat. Krishna consciousness, okay, just you come and visit our place here. You come." So anyway, somehow by chance, walk into the situation by chance. Now, so there is a Geta security by which we did something, and then we get a particular good reward for it. It gives up. When we say I get a security, because it's not that it's just like, for example, when you give charity to someone, you give charity, because normally when you give charity, there's always something that you will get back in the future life. You will give like charity when you help someone. There's something you will get back in the future life. So usually that's called sukriti, that you perform some pious acts, some pious activities. But what is more higher than that is what we call a bhakti umukha sukriti. Bhakti umukha sukriti, which means the kind of sukriti that one perform that brings bhakti, that result in bhakti. So this kind of thing that one perform that result in bhakti is not the same as the ordinary sukriti. So let's say you see some devotee on the road, or see some, and as you feel some kind of a pity. When maybe you see some wretched someone, maybe you see a devotee who happened to you, who happened like somebody who is wretched, and just feel pity for that person, and then you give him something. Oh, just take this money and just get it, like just take this money, whatever it is. Go help yourself. So because you feel pity for that fellow, you know. Now, if this person happened to be a Vaishnava that you have helped, but because you just did that because you just feel pity for this fellow, you just do something without any particular conscious effort. But what happened is that you have done what we call kind of sukriti, by which you will get benefit, a spiritual benefit in your future life. Even though it's not something that you did not prepare it. It just happened that because you've done this particular sukriti, which is called Bhakti Omukha Sukriti, and that gives one a chance by which one come to meet a devotee of the Lord. So Yadriksha here, which means it's by chance. Suddenly he come across. So Maitreya was walking around. So by chance he came across the Lord. Lokshon was just ending his pastimes. The Lord was ending his pastimes, and the Lord was about to instruct Uddhava, who's happened to be the greatest devotee of the Lord. So why the Lord? So when Maitreya, when he came there, so when he seen Lord Krishna, he became very attracted. He became very attracted, and then he, so he went there, and then he sat down, listening to the Lord's instruction. He sat down. So this is how fortunate he was. How fortunate he was. So which brings us, so the inhabitants of Vrindavan, they were being described as being the very, very highly fortunate, very, very highly fortunate, the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Because Lord Krishna came to Vrindavan, he performed his pastime, and Lord Krishna was actually acting just like an ordinary living entity. Normally, when the Lord appears in this world, he appears as the Supreme Lord, and the Supreme Lord whom everyone has to worship, whom everyone has to worship, whom everyone must have adoration for. There are so many incarnations were there, lot of incarnations, so many. Masha, Kuma, Varaha incarnations, and of course, Nrsimhadev incarnation, then the Vamandev incarnations, then of course, Lord Ramachandra incarnation. So many incarnations have been coming, but all those incarnations, they all come with a full-fledged of God, the Supreme Personality of God, whom everyone has to worship. There's no there's no notion of that the Lord being subservient to anyone. Everyone he's the master, he's the supreme master, and everyone is servants. Ekale Ishvara, Asabya Britya. Only one God, one supreme Lord, Ishvara, Ekale, and Arasabya Britya. Everyone else is just a servant. Unless one is in a big illusion, thinking himself he can be God. So, and of course, that's the problem in the material, because in the material world, everyone wants to be God in the material world. Everyone wants to be the Lord of what he can survey. And because everyone is having the same mentality of want to be the Lord of the can survey, so therefore there's competition, because there are a lot of wannabe God. A lot of wannabe God. There's millions and billions of wannabe God is there. So therefore there's competition. So in this material, well, everyone is competing with one another, because everyone wants to be God. Everyone wants to be the controller. And that's what makes material world miserable. Because you want to be what you cannot be. What you can never be. You can never be God, but you want to be God. And everybody's also feeling the same thing also. Everyone also wants to be God. Everyone wants to be the controller, which you cannot be. You know? So therefore, what is miserable? Just like in America right now, there's the presidential race is going on. Everybody wants to be the president. Everyone has said, I'm the most qualified. Other persons said, oh, he's the most, they are the most qualified. So everyone is saying the most qualified because and no one is ready to accept that maybe this person is more qualified than I do. And that will never happen because in the material world, that will never happen. Nobody will ever give it to anybody else in the material world. Because everybody has the same desire of wanting to be the master. And because that's competition, everybody, fighting for each other, with each time to be the master. So therefore, life is miserable. No one is happy in the material world because of that. But devotees, because as Mahaprabhu said, Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Taiva Santo Mukti Bhukti Sudhikami Sakaliya Center. Because devotees, they have no such desire. They have no such desire whatsoever of wanting to be the controller, want to be the enjoyer. No. Or want to accumulate. They don't have such desire. They don't want to accumulate anything. They just want to be the servant of the Lord. Gopi Batu Pada Kamalayu Dasa Anu Dasa. Servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. So therefore the devotees are happy. They are the only people in this world who is happy. Nobody else. Even the yogis, they're not happy. Because there's some personal desire is there. The mystics are not. Only bhaktas of the Lord, they are happy. So in Vrindavan, Krishna comes because Vrindavan is a place whereby there is a concentration of devotees, those who actually have love for God. Those who actually have, and when we say love, we are talking of unmotivated love. Unalloyed love for God. Pure love for Bhagavan. So therefore the Lord comes. And those devotees, they have so much, they have real love. And the love is the center of their lives. Krishna is the center of the Brajabasi. Krishna is the center of their lives. So therefore, Krishna come and Krishna actually feel very, very much at home in Vrindavan because here people love, they have real love for me here. The living entities have real love for him. And because they have real love for him, so therefore, he becomes just like them. He becomes just like relatives, just like common relatives. Like common relatives that everyone can relate with. Everyone can relate, for example, those who are elderly, we say, oh, Krishna, do this for us. So Nanda Maharaj, we tell Krishna that, oh, my dear Krishna, go and bring my shoe. That time Krishna was a baby, as a child, was baby, 1 or 2 years old. So Nanda Maharaj, we tell Krishna, Krishna, go bring my shoe. And Krishna, as a small child, he will go and carry the shoe of his father. He will put it on his head, put the shoe on his head and take it to his father. Take it to his father. All these things. So, who can even conceive of this thing? That this is God, that now God has become a plaything in the hands of his devotee. He has become a plaything. So in Vrindavan, Krishna, he became a relative of his devotees, became a relative. Some is their friend, some is their child, or some is their lover. So it became really just like a relative, just like, in our African village, the village is there, and everybody just relate to each one another. Everybody, there's a common relative is there. So Krishna just became, so the relationship in Vrindavan is that of a relative between devotee and God, the truly entity and the Supreme Lord, is that of a relative. It's not, there is no, which means there is no conception of godliness is not there. The conception of being God is not there. So the Lord, the Supreme Lord, come to this world, and there's this special place whereby he does not portray himself as God. He just portrays himself as just common relatives, just like any of that. That's the way he portrays himself. Whereas outside of that environment, outside of Vrindavan environment, then he's God. Dwaka, everywhere else, Mathura, is God, is supreme. Everybody has to pray for him. Everybody has to pray for him. When, when Lord Krishna first appeared in Mathura, in the prison house of Kamsa, so Devaki and Vasudeva, they were praying to him. So many stutis, so many Vedic stotras, mantras are there. They were praying to him. They were praying to him. Oh, you are the Supreme Lord. So many universes come out of your body. You are the end and be all of everyone. So many Vedic stutis are there by which they were praying. And then, of course, because the Lord appeared as Vishnu form, so Mother Devaki, she prayed to Krishna, my dear Lord, please transform yourself into a baby, because it'd be difficult for me to tell people that the Supreme Lord has appeared in my household. So therefore, she prayed to the Lord that please transform yourself into a baby, into a child. And then responding to the prayer, the Lord became a baby. And then Vasudeva carries that baby across to Gokul, across the river Yamuna to Gokul, carry that baby. So, and then the moment the Lord is in Vrindavan, in Gokul, then he became a baby, just like a relative to everyone. So these pastimes of Damodara Lila, which is very, very significant in this month of Kartik. So this month of Kartik is actually the most auspicious month of all months. It's the most auspicious of all months. That in this month, normally devotees, they take kind of vow. It's called Uja Vrata in this month. Because what happens is that whatever you do in this month, the result of what you do in this month is thousands of times more than what you do in other months. The result is the benefit is thousands of times much more than the previous month. So normally the devotees are instructed to, which means to take extra vow in their devotional practice, which means to chant more, to study more, and to try to be less focused on the needs of material body. Try to be less focused on the needs of material body, and try to be more focused on the internal development. Like yesterday, I was talking yesterday. Yesterday I was giving a class whereby it was a guitar class, where Krishna said that one who is happy within, who relates bit within, is called a dira, is who can attain the liberation, the one who's do everything within, all the happiness is within, everything's within, who is within, which means not from, which means it has nothing to do with the contact of the senses with the external sense object. Everything is within, and such person is called Brahmabhuta Adigachati. That such person can attain bhakti, can attain the spiritual realm. So which means in this month, when we focus more on our spiritual practice and less on our bodily demands, then, because especially in the month of Kartik, by which spiritual practice, the result is magnified in 1,000-fold. So we actually get much, much better. Our life get much better transformation in our life. So therefore, this month devotees normally take it very, very serious. And those who are very determined, normally devotees, they come to a place like Vrindavan or some other place of pilgrimage and try to practice this spiritual activities much more. So this pastime of Damodara Lila happened this month of Kartik. And and especially this very day, the day of Diwali, by which everyone is hearing this noises, this loud fireworks that is going on now. So this fireworks is going on because it's in the celebratory mood. So Mother Yashoda, she caught Krishna. She found that Krishna, he had become very naughty. Now, what happened was that when Krishna was sleeping in the room, and as Krishna was sleeping in the room as baby, was like 2 years old, 2, 3 years old, baby, 2, 3 years old. So, but he was sleeping in the room. And that time, Mother Yashoda, she was outside. She was boiling milk. This is the activities of Vrindavan. The ladies, they boil milk. They will prepare, and then they will prepare yogurt. They will be churning yogurt and all that. Boiling milk, churning, making yogurt. Making butter and all that. That's the activities of the ladies of Vrindavan. So this is what Mother Yashoda was doing. And as she was doing that, she was singing, Govinda Damo Dharama Daveti. So she was thinking of calling on, chanting Krishna's, remembering Krishna's, his various names. Govinda Damo Dharama Daveti, Govinda Damo Dharama Daveti. I was thinking many of beautiful Krishna Lila. That's what she does 24 hours a day. So in the meanwhile, Krishna was sleeping in the room, and then so Krishna woke up. So he woke up in the room, and when he woke up in the room, he was hungry. So he came outside where she was turning the butter. So Krishna came because he was hungry. He was shouting, saying, "Mama, mommy, I'm hungry." So Ada Krishna went, and he went and sat on the lap of his mother because he was hungry. So he went and sat on the lap of his mother. So Mother Yashoda, she was so much full of bliss, so much happiness, joy, tear coming from her eye. The father and son had come to sit on her lap. And all her activities, whatever she's doing, churning yogurt, boiling milk, it's all meant for Krishna's happiness. It's all meant for Krishna's pleasure. So when Krishna came to sit on her lap, so she stopped churning the butter, and then she began to give her breast milk to Krishna. So she was giving her breast milk to Krishna, and then Krishna was drinking the milk from his mother's breast. Now, during this time, Mother Yashoda, she had some milk on the fire. She had some milk on the fire, and this milk, somehow, the milk has been boiling. And when the milk has been boiling, and then Mother Yashoda could see that, the milk is boiling, and this is falling over. This is falling. The milk is boiling, and it's spilling out, and it's spilling out, falling over. So Mother Yashoda, she had to attend to the milk, to the boiling milk. She had to attend to it. In order to do that, she decided to put Krishna on the ground. Okay, Krishna, I just stay here, put Krishna on the ground, and then in order to go and take care of the boiling milk. But Krishna was not happy because of this. So Krishna became angry. That, oh, how can you do this? You're feeding, you're feeding me, and then then you put me on the ground. So Krishna was angry. So when Krishna was angry because the mother put him down, so it's like, he bite his sleep like this, he bite his sleep that, oh, my mother has done this. So Krishna took a stone and threw it at the pots. Threw it at the pots, so the pot broke and everything spilled all over the places. And then, so when Krishna did this, now he knew that his mother would be angry. So immediately ran away. Immediately ran. He ran away and then went to Iran and then he went to a room. So he went to a storage room where the butters, yogurt, where they are kept. So he went there, and then normally the yogurt and butter, they are kept on kind of like a ceiling, so kind of like a hanging pot, on a hanging pot. So in that hanging pot, so because Krishna was little, so his hand cannot reach. So he put some mortar, there was some grinding mortar together. So he put them on top of each other. So Krishna climbed on top of that. So he climbed on top of that, and then, so one of those butter pot, so Krishna broke it, and then he started feeding himself. So he was feeding himself. Then when he finished, then he was also feeding all the monkeys. So Krishna was feeding the monkeys also as he was eating. He's giving the monkey. Actually, those monkeys that Krishna was feeding, they are not ordinary monkeys, because they were actually the monkeys who had assisted Lord Ramachandra in his earlier pastimes. They were assisted Lord Ramachandra when the Lord, especially when the Lord, he had to search for his wife, and then the Lord, then with all these monkeys, so he went to Lanka, fought, it was a big battle with Ravan. So many of these monkeys, so they assisted the Lord in doing all the fighting, to fight Ravan and all his to fight Ravan and all his immense army. So these monkeys, they perform so much austerity during the time of Lord Ramachandra in the forest. So the Lord, he wanted to reward these monkeys. He wanted to reward them. He wanted to reward all these monkeys. So therefore, when he came back as Lord Krishna, so therefore, all these monkeys were there by bull, and then Lord Krishna will be every day. He will feed them butter. He will feed all these monkeys butter, every day. So when Lord Krishna was so he was feeding the butter, and at the same time as he was doing this, he was looking here and there, because Krishna knew that he has done some nefarious activities by which his mother will be looking for him to chastise him. So he was, as he was feeding the monkey, because he was in a room, so he was also looking back to try to see if his mother is going to come or not. He was looking back. So Mother Yashoda, she knew what had happened, that Krishna, he had broken this pot of milk, and now Krishna had run away, and he has basically entered into the room. So Mother Yashoda knew what Krishna has done. So she was searching for him. And as she was searching for him, then she saw Krishna from the distance. She saw him in the room feeding the monkeys. So, and then she saw him feeding the monkeys. So Mother Yashoda, she was observing. But at the same time, she didn't want to just go like that, because that if she tried to go like that, Krishna will see him and the Krishna will run away. So in order to prevent that, somebody showed that she was like steadily, in a little bit, like in a very gently manner, trying to like walking towards Krishna, so that she doesn't want Krishna to see her until she catches him. So anyway, it's such a very long, very beautiful steps that we can discuss. So eventually, then when Krishna saw that Maria Yashoda is coming, he started running away. So then he jumped down from the where he was standing. He jumped down from the spot where he was standing, and then they started running away, and the Maria Yashoda started chasing after him. So now, these beautiful pastimes, which is called the Damodara Lila pastimes, this pastime was captured by a great sage called Satyabhata Muni. The great sage Satyabhata Muni, he caught these pastimes. So as he saw these pastimes, he composed prayers. He composed some prayers which basically give us a very deep insight into the Lord's pastime, to the Lord's activities. He gives us very deep insight into this. So Satyavrata Muni, he composed these prayers called the Damodara. The prayer the prayer to Lord Damodara, because Krishna is Damodara, because he was born in the belly. So this prayer, there are 8 of them, which we normally sing. We sing this prayer every night in our temples. In the month of Kartik, we sing it, and of course we offer deep down. We call it. We do the lamp offering every night. Every night we do that. Sometimes some temples do it in the morning. Normally here in India we do it at night time here in India. So I'm going to sing the first one, and then Sanatana Goswami, he had composed a commentary. He made a commentary. He wrote commentary on this song. So he wrote commentary, very, very beautiful commentary, which is called Digdashini. So I begin. Namami Swaram Sachid Anandarupan Lasakundalam Gokule Prajamanam Yashodabiyo Lukala Dabamanam Paramistam Atyanta Todita Gopya Udantamo Netra Yugma Bijantan Karamboja Yugmena Satanka Netan. So there are 8 prayers. I just chant only one and a half of them. So Namami Swaram Sachidananda Rupam Lasa Kundalam Gokuli Bhajamanam Yashoda Biyolu Kala Davamanam Paramistam Atyanta Tudita Gopya. So Satyavata Muni is making a prayer. He said, I offer my obeisances unto Lord Sri Krishna, the possessor of all potencies, whose beautiful form is the entirety of concentrated existence, knowledge, and place, which means its form is Sachid Ananda Rupam. The form is that of eternal, full of knowledge, very beautiful form, and full of bliss. That is first time. And On his cheeks, now he's describing his farm. He said on his cheek is wearing the Makara earrings, on his earrings, sack-shaped earrings. This Makara-shaped earring is wearing a earring. On these earrings, they were swinging on his ears, to and fro, swinging playfully on his ear. Because Krishna has these very beautiful earrings, big one, on both of his ears. And especially as he was, running about, so these earrings, they were swinging. Because normally Mother Yashoda always put so much ornaments on Krishna's body. His body is always full of ornaments. So the Lord, His infinite brilliance shines forth from His most splendid residence, the transcendental abode, Gokul. So Krishna, he wandered about Gokul Brajamana, which means in the land of Gokul, in this case, Gokul, let's say in the land of Vrindavan, Krishna is wandering about. Brajamana is in the land of this Gokul. Krishna's wandering about with a small Krishna, his body decorated with beautiful earrings. And then he was now Yashoda Biyolu Kaladavamanam. Krishna was afraid of his mother Yashoda. So Satyavrata Muni is having this vision. Krishna was afraid of Mother Yashoda because he smashed the pots of yogurt. The yogurt which Mother Yashoda had been churning to make butter, Krishna smashed it. So Krishna became afraid of his mother because he know that, I've done some naughty thing. Now my mother will punish me. So when he saw, when he saw his mother coming, when he saw her coming, so he leapt down from the grinding mortar and ran away. So Krishna ran away when he saw his mother coming. So he jumped down, then he ran away, started running away. Nevertheless, Mother Yashoda ultimately caught hold of him from behind, for she ran more swiftly than he did. So we can just meditate on these pastimes. That how is that person whom so many sages, so many mystics, they were performing lots of meditation for long period of time, performing so much austerities, so that they can be able to catch that personality, so they may be able to get hold of they can be able to catch a glimpse of his lotus feet. Performing austerity in terms for years and years and years, and for so much difficulty, doing so much immense meditation, still they were unable to, to attain him. Unable. But this same personality, these same persons, he became afraid of his mother because he considered himself an offender, and he became afraid of her, and he was running. He was running in fear of her. All of us who have been parents, when you have your terrible two-year-old, you know how terrible they can be. So when they do so many naughty things, so, they want to find a way by which, so they do things, they run away, and they had to find a way to catch them and all that. So Krishna was running away, and Mother Yashoda was chasing him. And as Mother Yashoda was chasing him, and she was, like elderly. She was not like a athletic, marathon runner, anything like that. She was like elderly, you know, mother. She was full figure, which means she was not like a slim, Olympic runner. She was a fifth figure woman, full figure, big breasts and everything like that, full figure. But Krishna's, small Krishna, running away. But she was chasing Krishna to catch him. She had stick in her hand, chasing Krishna, but she was, even though she knew that she can be of no match for Krishna is running away, so she can be of no match for him, but she had a strong determination. She had this boy, this my dear Krishna, I must catch him. I must catch him. So, saying that I must catch him, even though Krishna was running away, she was running after Krishna. In a normal situation, she'd be tired and say, okay, but she wasn't tired because she had that strong determination of this, I must catch him. I must catch him. And because Krishna was running, and she was chasing, she will not stop running after Krishna. She will not stop chasing Krishna. So because of this strong determination and because of the immense love that she has for Krishna, this immense love that she has for Krishna, so Krishna becomes subdued by this immense love that she has for him. Paramahishtam atyantatu. Paramahishtam, which ultimately Krishna caught all of, Mother Yashoda caught all of Krishna. Mother Yashoda caught him. Drutta Gopya. So in the beginning of this prayer, Satyavrat Muni, first of all, when he began his prayer, his first said, Namami Swaram Sachidananda Rupam, Namami, which means I offer my obeisances unto that Supreme Lord. I offer my obeisances unto that Supreme Lord. Namami Ishvara. Namami means my obeisances. Namami, my obeisances, my respectful obeisance to that Supreme Lord. Ishvara means the Supreme Controller. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha. Anadi Adi Govindam Sabakarana Karanam. This is Krishna, is the Supreme Person, is the cause of all causes, Supreme Controller, and is the controller of all other controllers. And Anadi means he has no beginning, but he is the beginning of everything. Anadi Adi Govinda. He is the beginning, but he has no beginning himself, but he is the beginning of everything. And Sabakarana means he is the cause of all causes. This is some of the characteristics of the Lord. Advaitan Anandi and Achintanant Advaitan Achyutam Anadi Ananta Rupam Adam Purusan Purana Navayovanamcha Vede Sudulaban Adulaban Atman back to Govindam Adi Purusan Tamahumchami. This is Lord Brahma praying. That's Advaitan Achyutam Anadi Ananta Rupam, which means is non-dual. He has no equal. He has no equal, his non-dual personality. Advaitan Achyutam, the most infallible person. Infallible Achyutam, Advaitan Achyutam. Ananta Rupam, his form is limitless. Ananta is unlimited. Unlimited form. Ananda Adyam Purnam Purasan Navayovanam. The original person, who is Adyam Puras. Purana is the oldest person because creation is there. He was there before the creation. He was there before the creation, which means before anyone was born in this material world, right from Lord Brahma up to today. He was there right from the beginning. So Adyam, he was the original person. Purusha, the oldest person. Purana means the older person, and Purusha is the also, of course, the supreme enjoyer. Adam Purana, Purana Purusha, Nava Jovanam Cha. This is very beautiful because he's the oldest person. The oldest person, but at the same time, is Nava Jovanam. He's always youthful. Oldest person, but at the same time, always youthful. He never grew old. It remained the same. The permanent form of the Lord is that of a 16-year-old. He never grows past that age. Never Yovanam. It's always eternally youthful. That's the special form of God. Adam Puranam Purushan Never Yovanam. And then he said, Vedesu Dulaban Adulaban Atmabhaktu. That through the Vedas, scriptures is to be known. By the Vedas, but it's difficult, even by just by the study of the Vedas alone, one cannot really know him because it's difficult to understand. It's difficult to know the Lord, the ways of the Lord is difficult to understand. So Vedesu Dulaban Adu Laban Atmabhaktu. But when his devotees, they surrender to him, they render service unto him, the devotees can know him because of their bhakti, because of their devotional service unto him. So they can know him, they can know the Lord, and of course they know the Lord by his mercy. Because the Lord, he cannot be known by any other way. It's only when the Lord becomes pleased by his devotees, then devotees know him to the extent that the Lord is pleased with them. So which means nobody can ever say that, oh, I know Krishna entirely. I know the Lord completely. No. You can only know him only to the extent that which he wishes for you to know him. Just like Lord Brahma was praying, he was saying that, Lord Brahma was praying to Lord Krishna. He said that, oh, many people say that they know you. They know everything about you. But he said that let them talk, let them talk that way. But as far as I'm concerned, what can I be understood as you? Because when Lord Brahma, when he was seeing Lord Krishna, because Lord Brahma, he had come to Vrindavan. When he came to Vrindavan, he saw Lord Krishna. And he saw Lord Krishna as a cowherd boy. As a cowherd boy, about 6, 7 years old. And Lord Krishna, in his hand, he had, on one hand, he had butter on one hand. So he had butter on his hand, and then yogurt. And with this one, by which is, playing with his friends. So Brahma came, the creator of this universe came, trying to see the activities of the Lord, his Lord. And he saw the Lord as a small boy, and he saw this yogurt on his hand. And especially, when Lord Brahma, when he thought that maybe he could play some trick, and then he stole the friends of Krishna, he stole his friend. And then when he stole his friend, so Krishna was looking here and there, that where are my friends, where are my friends? He was walking around the forest of Vrindavan, he was with the yogurt on his hand, butter in his hand. He was looking here and there, said, where are my friends, where are my friends? So Brahmaji was thinking, now, well, let me see what he's going to do. And all of a sudden, then he saw the same person, the same friends of Krishna that they had stolen. Then he saw Krishna with the same friends again. And Krishna was going about his pastime, having a picnic and eating with his friend. So Brahmaji, of course, became bewildered. He became bewildered because he thought that he has got a mystic power by which he can play a trick on the Lord. But the Lord Krishna himself, he played trick on him. He found himself being bewildered by the supreme potency of Lord Krishna. So therefore, I said, do like nobody who can know God. Nobody can know him. But his devotees, by their surrender to the Lord, so by the whatever capability the Lord gives them, they're able to understand him according to that capability. So Satyavata Muni is praying, Namami Swaram Sachidananda Rupam, Asakundalam Gokule Brajamanam. So now, first, after he offered his obeisances to the Lord, he offered his respect to the Lord, then he described the Lord's form, who has got an eternal form. The form is Sachit Ananda, full of knowledge, is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. So he described that. Now, he started, now he's seen the vision. He started describing his vision. So what vision did he see? He see the Lord as Lasat Kundalam. Lasat Kundalam, which means on his ear, he saw the Lord with the ornament on his ears. The earrings. Normally, Mother Yashoda, every morning, she will decorate Krishna with so many precious ornaments, so many precious jewels that Mother Yashoda will decorate Krishna. So as Krishna walks about, as he wanders about on the ground of Vrindavan, Gokul, then so all these ornaments will be swinging. It's like dancing on the body of Krishna, be swinging back and forth. Now, it so happened that normally when we wear ornaments, a person looks more beautiful when wearing the ornament. A person looks more beautiful. It's like when you put on gold on yourself, different earrings, gold, diamond on yourself. So apparently you look more beautiful. But to Krishna is different. The ornament that Krishna wears, there is the ornament that look more beautiful because they are in contact with Krishna's body. The ornament do not make Krishna's body beautiful. Is the ornament, when they come in contact with Krishna's body, they become beautiful. See? So which means Krishna is the ornament of the ornaments. Krishna becomes the ornaments of the ornament themselves. And say, because his body itself is a condensed, is concentrated, bliss, concentrated, beauty. His body does not need ornaments. His body is forever glowing. His body itself is glowing. Just like when the gopis, when they came to Mother Yashoda, they were complaining to Mother Yashoda that, oh dear Yashoda, your son is coming to our house every day, going to the room, and he's going to the room and breaking the pot, taking the yogurt, taking the water, and hitting them, and feeding, and he and his friend feeding this, feeding this to the monkey. Even though the room where these pots of yogurt and butter where they are kept, they were darkened room. The rooms are dark. But somehow when Krishna go inside this room, the room become fully illuminated. Krishna can see his way through. So Mother Yashoda then told these gopis, he told them, okay, maybe because of the ornaments that are put on Krishna's body, so he's able to see all this because of the ornament that I'm putting on his body. So therefore, I am going to remove the ornaments. I will remove the ornament so that Krishna will not be able to see his way in the room. But the gopi said, no, even if you remove the ornament, still, because his body is self-effulgent, his body is self-glowing. Even if you remove the ornament, still, Krishna will, the room will not, the room will still be illuminated because of the effulgence that is naturally coming out of Krishna's body. So Krishna is the ornament of the ornaments. He makes the ornaments beautiful. Not that the ornaments make him beautiful. So ceremony. So he's appreciating this beauty of Krishna. He's appreciating this. Oh, Lasa Gondalam go Kude Bajamana. So Krishna is wandering around Vrindavan, going here and there, going here and there, Vrindavan. And by his walking around, strolling around Vrindavan, running as a child. So of course he's giving everyone, he's giving the inhabitant the ocean of transcendental bliss. He's giving them the ocean of transcendental bliss just by Krishna's walking around Vrindavan. The childhood pastimes that the Lord performed is nowhere. This pastime is nowhere in the universe that the Lord performs in Vrindavan. So, and then, so Krishna was, when he saw his mother coming, so he jumped down from the golden grandmother. He jumped down, and then as he jumped down out of fear of Mother Yashoda. Why? To run away. So he became afraid of Mother Yashoda. That, oh, Mother has come now, she's going to beat me. So he became afraid of him. Yashoda Bhiya. Bhiya means fear, fearfulness. Now, this is the person all the demigod, everyone is afraid of. The demigod, they cannot even come close to Lord Krishna. The fear personified is afraid of him. Fear personified is afraid of him. Who is not afraid of Krishna? When the Lord was in Dwarka, the demigods, they want to go there, and they have to stay so far away. They be offering prayers to the Lord, so they can get the Lord's attention. They be offering prayers, stay far away. That sometimes the bodyguards of the Lord of the Lord's palace, they will chastise some of these demigods. Oh, Indra, stop your prayers, creating so much disturbance. Oh, Agni, stop your prayer. They be chastising so many demigods who are standing in line offering prayers to the Lord. The Lord's God, they will be chastised. Oh, stop your prayers, it's causing so much disturbance and all that. But the same person whom everyone is the whole creation, Brahma, Shiva, all of them, everyone's afraid of, still the same person, he became afraid of Mother Yashoda. So Yashoda became afraid of Mother Yashoda, and then he started running away. Yashoda Biyonu. So he was running away, and then he was running away because of being afraid of Mother Yashoda. And Mother Yashoda was pursuing him also. And no matter where he runs, Mother Yashoda will, even when Krishna they were inside the house before. So Krishna, he ran outside the house. He ran outside the palace, and he's thinking that Mother Yashoda will not follow him, because Mother Yashoda, she was the queen of Vrindavan. She was the queen. And normally the queens, they will not want to venture out, after the house. So Krishna thought that, well, I'm going to go outside the house. I'm sure my mother will not follow me, because she will not want to come outside the house. But when Krishna went outside the house, Mother Yashoda also followed him. She also went outside the house, follow him chasing Krishna. So you find in the street of Vrindavan or Gokul, Krishna was running, and Mother Yashoda was also following him. And this sight, this vision, and everyone was seeing, all the Brajabasi were seeing how Mother Yashoda is chasing Krishna. How Krishna's running, I'm chasing him. And everyone was simply full of joy. Everyone was full of joy. They see Mother Yashoda chasing Krishna. So it became a big spectacle. And not only did they become a spectacle, even all the demigods, they all came to observe this. They all came. It's like a big, they came to see this vision of Krishna running away from Mother Yashoda. All the demigods, they came and they stationed themselves in the sky, looking down, seeing this pastime going on of Krishna running away from Mother Yashoda, and Mother Yashoda, running after him. So it became a big spectacle on the street of Vrindavan. And then eventually, Param Drishta, eventually So Mother Yashoda, she caught Krishna. She caught him. You know, she caught him because Krishna, he has his Shakti, he has his potency, he has his power. God. Normally, even though the law is in Vrindavan, even though he did not, he didn't come to Vrindavan as God. He came to Vrindavan, stay in Vrindavan as just as a relative. But his Shaktis, his energy is always with him. His Shaktis are always with him. So, and his most precious Shakti is called a Kripa Shakti. So this Kripa Shakti comes into play when the Lord becomes, very, very much becomes subdued by the love of his devotees. Hmm? When the Lord he become overpowered by the love of his devotees. So this Shakti comes into play, this Kripa Shakti comes into play. And with this Kripa Shakti, then the devotees, they're able to do things, especially Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. So Mother Yashoda was able to catch Krishna. She caught him. And when she caught him, then Krishna was crying. Oh, mommy, don't beat me, don't beat me, don't beat me. So Krishna was crying. He was, tears coming from his eyes. Rudanta Rudanta means he was crying. Crying, tears coming from his eye, and he was kind of rubbing his face. The tear was smearing the ointment that that Mother Yashoda put on his body. So he was smearing his face, and this ointment that was full, the oil spread all over his face. So he was crying. He was breathing very heavily. So Mother Yashoda is okay. I'm not going to beat you. So Mother Yashoda threw away the stick. It's okay. I'm not going to beat you, but I'm still going to chastise you. But I'm not going to beat you. So, and then Mother Yashoda, she took Krishna inside the courtyard, and then a whole new pastime took place. So much pastime. This Damodar Lila is such the most precious pastimes that devotees relish. And apart from the lost pastimes with the gopis of Vrindavan, apart from that, this Damodar Lila is the most relishable pastime, but that devotees always relish so much. This beautiful pastime of baby Krishna and his mother, which happened in this month of Kartik. So, and so this we're going, hopefully in my next class, I will try to describe this later part, this second part of this Lila of how Mother Yashoda, how she came to bind Krishna to the wooden grading mortar. So now we come to that in the next class, because it's already after 10 o'clock here in India. So I'm able to, I'm glad to be able to say something, just a little bit. It's just some glimpse. Normally, whenever we talk about Damodar Lila, we normally take several days to discuss, because there's a lot of much more detail that is there. But nonetheless, the great sage Satyavratamuni, he had composed this prayer of Damodar Lila, Damodar Astakam, and by which he always become the focus of devotees' meditation. It's already the focus of devotees' meditation in this month of Kartik. So I just sing this song. Namamishwaram Sachidananda Rupan Lasa Kundalam Gopule Bhajanana Yashoda Bijolu Kala Devamana Paramishta Achanta Todita Gopya Udanta Moho Netra Yugma Mijantan Karabu Jayugme Nasatan Kanitam Uswasa kampati re kakakanta. Sita grabadamo dara bhakti badam. Iti di solila bi ananda kunde. Sago shani majantam akyapayantam. Adiye sita gesu bhakta jitatam. Na premantastam sata briti bande. Varandeva mokshana moksha vadimba. Acharya Brineham Bari Sadapiya. Idante Mukambuj, Idante, Idante Vapunata Gopala Bala, Sada Mimana Shabira Sanki Manja, Idante Mukambuja Matentanila, Pita Kunta Lashning Daratas Chagopya, Muschum Bimba Rakta Darame, Nasa Virastam Alam Lashalabai, Namo Deva Damodar Ananta Vishnu, Vasida Prabodhu Kajalabdi Magnam, Kripadis Visyati Dinam Bhatanam, Priyade Samam Agam Edyaksi Drisya, Kubera Majaobada Mutai Bayadvat, Taya Mochito Bhakti Vajakito Chan, Tata Prema Bhakti Swakame Prayacha, Bhakti Grau Mesti Damodari Master Sudamnes Pura Dipti Damne Padiyo Darayata Visvashadane Namo Radikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nantalilaya Divaya. Okay, Hare Krishna. Anybody have any question or comments? You can please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such elaborate and wonderful pastimes shared with the devotees. Dear devotees, if anyone may have questions you may want to ask, please you may go ahead. Prabhuji, I have one quick question. Satyabrata Muni, did he witness this pastime in reality or in a spiritual vision?
Yeah, he was able to, it's a vision. So in his meditation, he's able to see these pastimes. So normally the great devotees, when they make prayers, they actually sing the pastime itself. Then they just like Queen Kunti, she was making prayer in the 8th chapter of the first canto Bhagavatam. You know, she was making wonderful prayers. But as she was making, just like Prabhupada was giving a lecture on that Mother Kunti, she was making, but she was actually saying Krishna Lila. So he was just making as a prayer is a reflection of what she's seen herself. That's some see you are this, some see you are that, so weird. So it's a reflection of what he's seeing. So the great devotees, when they make these prayers, they are making prayers actually what they are seeing themselves. They are saying it because these are perfect personalities. So in therefore, they're able to offer prayer appropriately because it's based on what they are seeing.
Well, thank you so much. Shrimamara Prabhu, please me on mute.
Hare Krishna, Pita Samambo Bezatista, all glory to Sri Guru and Goranga, all glory to you, Prabhu.
Krishna, great sage.
Thank you very much. I was actually looking forward to hear more about Diwali. To the best of my knowledge, maybe you can correct me. I don't think Srila Prabhupada introduced the Diwali festival into ISKCON festival. And if he did, maybe in this part of the world, we were not actually, how to celebrate. We know they put on lights, yeah.
And like I said, to the best of my knowledge, India also said that there will be lights all over in the temple. But it's just a day that people visit temple. Because what I've seen is that the festival is more or less like something cultural, and it's not a day people like go to the temple for any observation. It's just a festival, like cultural festival, and they're busy drinking and dancing and jollying up and down. So of course the story and the origin is spiritual, but the celebration is not. So I wanted to throw more light on this problem. Hare Krishna.
Well, actually, as far as remember, I remember the Diwali festival is always been part of East concert because it's on our calendar. It's in our Vaishnav calendar. So as far as I can remember back in Lagos in 79, 80, we had Diwali. I remember our first Damodara Stakam prayer, which we sang right from that time. So we always have Diwali festival every year in our temples. So yeah, all over ISKCON, all over the world, it's from the purpose time. Because Diwali is it's not just ordinary, cultural, it's actually religious celebration. Because it's Laura coming back from the forest after 14 years in exile. And a lot of significance. And also when Vamandev, when he defeated, not defeated, after he took the land away, the university with Bali Maharaj, and he took the university from Bali Maharaj, and the Bali Maharaj he had surrendered everything to Vamandev. And then Vamandev became very pleased to Bali, and he asked Bali to ask for some benediction. He asked him to ask for some benediction. And then Bali asked, okay, my dear Lord, I want you to I want you to be with me in my planet and never leave the place and become my protector. So Lord Vamandev accepted. Yeah. So Lord Vamandev accepted this. So actually, Bali, even though it was defeated by Lord, but actually he defeated the Lord in the center because he made the Lord became his permanent, guard in the solar planet. So Bali was so happy that he had all his associates to celebrate, to put the light out, to light everywhere and big celebration. So actually that actually said to be the actual origin of the Diwali festival itself, which means something that is dated by millions and millions and millions of years ago, billions of years ago. So it's not some of course, because it's India being the focus. So Diwali is very, very taken seriously because so it has both cultural is there, but also the high religious aspect is there. Because and also we Vaishnava today being the day that Mother Yashoda bind Krishna is the Mother LILA. So a lot of significance is there today also. Lot of significance that the festival is there. So we cannot we cannot overlook the Diwali festival. So we cannot say, oh, just a cultural thing. It's our culture, Vaishnava culture, Sanatan Dharma culture. So we all have to take part in it. We should decorate. We should in our house. We should put light in our house. It doesn't matter. We don't in our apartment, whatever it is. We should put light there. In every house in India, they do that. We should put lights today. We should put lamp there today in our house and decorate and put there to celebrate the Diwali festival.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, Prabhu. That this celebration is done by putting lights everywhere. It's not like Jamastami or Gopurnima. It's not on that level. I mean, okay, we've been doing this, we put on lights, but I cannot remember. Like you said, when you were there in Lagos, maybe 79 something, 80, But I cannot remember really that we were celebrating Diwali in the temple. And I do not. I mean, Jamastami people come, go, you know, holy festival, even people come, you know. But Diwali, the Indians celebrate this usually in hotel. I mean, a big hall and dancing, you know, doing all kind of festivity that is not very religious. That's what I've observed.
Yeah,
But
no,
the
duality
lights, putting on the
is,
lights, putting on the lights, this is done. But I'm saying, is it limited to that in the temple, or do temples actually in India, maybe in other parts of the world, but of course, as far as my memory can take me, I cannot remember vividly that we had any program for Diwali, you know, all my devotional life, you know.
no, not specific, not specific program. Just light it on, put the light everywhere. It's
That's
not
all.
that. Yeah, that's it's not like it, but it's not like no. Just it's put light. There's no fasting or anything like that. Just put light
That I
everywhere.
know.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it's a big festival. It's a very big festival. There's so much about
It's,
talk about it.
yeah, it
So
is
much
holiday.
money spent. So much money spent. But I'm saying that it does not really have much bearing inside temple, except putting on the light. That's what I want to confirm.
Yeah, just put on the light. Put on the light. That's you put the light. That's because because the light is arriving. So you put the light everywhere. That's but it's a big affair. Dual is a big affair in India. I mean, I'm sure you must be hearing the noise coming from my lot because a lot of firework is going on now. A lot of firework. I usually difficult to sleep tonight because this fireworks could be going on all night long. It's not going on
Yeah.
all night.
So one more thing, Prabhu. Thank you. So in essence, it's more like well, like Indians also greet Happy New Year for some. You know, some people, some Indians consider this like their New Year. They open new books, you know, for their accounts and all that stuff. So it's like the celebration is more or less like, you know, other people around the world celebrating New Year. You
Yeah,
know, maybe
that's
they pray in the
mainly.
church, but then the whole fanfare is about enjoying and happy and like. So it's more like that, isn't it?
Yeah, but in India, it's not like the West. It's not like everything is all religious thing. It's not like it's not like people just dancing and drinking and all that stuff. No, no, no. In India, people Diwali is a serious thing. It's a serious affair because everyone is remembering Lord Ramachandra coming back. So it is a very serious. Yeah, it is a new year, but it's a very serious thing. People take it very, very serious. So people think more, they think more of religious life or more spirituality on this particular day. So the celebration is in that aspect, is in that regard, the celebration. So it's not like the West whereby it's a new year, okay, happy new year, let's go to the club and drink now. It's not, Diwali is not like that. All right, so anybody else? Where's our moderator?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. All glory unto your Lord Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for your very wonderful enlightenment. Your lecture is always very enlightening. So I won't want to waste your time too much because you said the time is quite late in India. And just want to thank you. And then for the enlightenment you gave us about the Diwali, we have to greet our Indian friends, send messages to them to commemorate the occasion with them. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, we thank you all. And Prabhuji said, like you said,
Anadi is there. Anadi, yes, Anadi has got his hand.
Okay, Madhuvan Prabhu, I sent you a text message. Can you check in the chat room, please?
Okay, I'll do that.
Anadi has his
Anadi Nanan Prabhu, please give me unmute.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. So, Prabhu, quick one, I would like to know, the Lord does not reveal himself to the demons, but rather devotees. But why is it that when the Lord Vamanadev appeared to Bali in the presence of his Guru Maharaj, who happens to be the Guru of the demon, why is it that he has been able to recognize Lord Vamanadev as Krishna himself? I would like to know what kind of pious activity does he perform to be able to see the Lord in that form? Meanwhile, the devotee or Bali couldn't recognize the Lord. I would like to know. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Bali was the king of the demons. So Bali was demon and he was the king of the demons. However, Bali he had a special advantage. His great-grandfather was Prahlad Maharaj himself. So because his great-grandfather was Prahlad Maharaj himself, and the Lord, he had benedicted Prahlad Maharaj that 100 generations in the future and 100 generations in the past, of which generation will all be delivered. So Bali, because of that privilege, even though he was a demon, but coming from being his ancestor being Prahlad Maharaj, so he had that special privilege. So which means when Lord Vaman came and asked him for charity, so Bali immediately said, yes, I'm going to give you charity. Even though the guru said that, oh, this is Vishnu, he just coming to trick you. He says, so well, Vishnu, good. But I've already promised myself, I must give the charity, so therefore I gave the charity. So, and of course, his guru, who's a Sukracharya, he also was not an ordinary person. Actually, Sukracharya happened to be one of expansions of Lord Shiva. So that's very, very interesting thing. Normally, the demons, normally the real demons, they are not like people who are like so much against God. The demons, they're like the main characteristics of demons are those who just want to enjoy themselves. That's the main characteristics of demons, those who want to enjoy. So normally when the Lord comes to this world to perform his pastimes, he performs his pastime with devotees, and the demons have to be there. The demons have to be there for the Lord to perform his pastime. And sometimes devotees also become demons so that the Lord can perform his pastimes. Otherwise, it's not fun for the Lord to just come and sit with him. The Lord also can perform his pastime. He had to fight with someone. So some devotees sometimes they become demons. So in the creation of the Lord is always there with devotees and demons, always there. And many of the demons, they also devoted themselves. Many of the demons, they're like devotees. So, and that's why many times when the Lord kill the demons, so those demons, they become delivered. They get liberation that way. So Bali, he was able to recognize the Lord. He recognized him that, oh, the Lord has come, even though he didn't know that it is Lord Vishnu himself, but he made his promise that, yes, I will give you 3 steps of life. He made the promise that I'm going to give you. Even though when his guru told him that, oh, don't give him, this is Vishnu, he has come to trick. He has come to trick you. So he said, oh, good. I'm not going to go back on my word just because it's Vishnu. I'm not going to go back on my word. Oh, it's Vishnu, but he has come to beg from me. How wonderful it is. He has come to beg from me. So therefore, I must give it. So all this because of that privilege which he has from his great-grandfather, from Prahlad Maharaj. So at the beginning of my lecture, I was talking of Agyata Sukriti. I was talking about that. How one develop this Agyata Sukriti. It could be the actions of oneself or the actions of others that enable one to develop this Agyata Sukriti, which really translate into bhakti to the Lord. All right?
Yes, Prabhu, thank you. So how do you relate this that the Lord does not reveal himself to the demons, but rather devotees? Because in this arena, the Lord came, the Suprachara has been able to recognize him as the personality of Godhead himself. So when we say the
I
God,
just told you, if you follow my analogies, Sukrachaya was not an ordinary person. Sukrachaya, he was the guru of the demons, but Sukrachaya, he was an expansion, is an expansion of Lord Shiva. You don't, Lord Shiva is the greatest devotee. Lord Shiva is like almost Vishnu himself. So Lord Shiva has so many expansions. And among his expansions are like Devasmani, like that. And Sukrachaya is an expansion of Lord Shiva. And his special thing is that he directs the demon. So he cannot Vishnu, you know who Vishnu is, because it's expression of Sukrachaya. And follow my logic. The Lord performs his pastime with devotees and the demon. Demons always have to be there in the Lord's Lila. Demons have to be there all the time. In the material, there's no demon in the spiritual world, but in the material world, demons have to be there for the Lord to perform his Lila, to perform his pastimes.
okay, Prabhu, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I think Prabhu Sahib is gone. He has to leave for one very important obligation.
Oh, yes,
So
God.
he said I should help him. Yes, he said I should help him to close the meeting today.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Prabhu. We so much appreciate giving us your time, the patience, and everything. So, but we don't want to overbother you because of next time. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Okay,
So, as usual, thank you. So, as usual, we have to give a round of, just to appreciate you, a round of our mantra to express our great satisfaction. Hare
All right.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We are mute.
So everybody should
Yeah.
everybody should unmute.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
And go.